Hello, I am Garrett Godfrey, and welcome to the Crowdfunding Christian Music Podcast, where I am working to connect artists with fans and fans with artists so that you can find and fund the music you love. This is episode 63, recorded Tuesday, August 16th, 2016. Think of me as both your tour guide and filter as we look at some current campaigns for Joshua Leventhal, Random Hero, Edward Plus Jane, The Fast Feeling, and a GoFundMe for Tom Gulotta. I hope you enjoy the show and find something you can get behind and support. Okay, so before we get into the campaigns, I know your time is valuable, and I appreciate you spending some of your time with me. To make things easier to find, I put links to everything we cover in the show notes, and in case you want to go back to a specific campaign and listen again, I've got the timestamps for those campaigns in the show notes too, so I hope that helps. On to the campaigns. First up tonight is Joshua Leventhal, a singer-songwriter out of Kelowna, British Columbia, with a Kickstarter campaign for a worship EP to be titled Lion Lamb. Let's hear more about his campaign from his Kickstarter video.
So I first picked up a guitar when I was about 15, and it wasn't too long after I started playing that I wrote my first song. I just thought that's what musicians did. And I didn't take it too seriously as a teenager, but as I started getting older, I began to focus on it a little bit more intently and started developing. And I've known Jesus for a very long time, but the more and more I've fallen in love with him and gotten to know who he is, the more and more it's informed my songwriting. And so that's what this EP is. This is music for the church to sing. To better understand who he is, to know him more, and to stir our affection towards him. This album focuses a lot on the magnitude of Jesus' work on the cross, and looks at the hope we have coming in eternity with him, and also the coming justice of God, that he's going to set everything right. So I'm doing this project through Kickstarter, which means the fundraising is do or die. I have to raise $9,500 by August 27th. So if you would pray for me, consider partnering with me, that would mean the world to me. What you're about to hear is an acoustic version of one of the songs on the EP. It's called Steadfast. Enjoy. Mercies have I beheld in thee, Master of wind and violent seas. You beckon me out to waters deep. Fearful, Lord, but I will keep my eyes fixed on you. They're fixed on you. They're fixed on you. You are steadfast through the waves. You are faithful in the pain. You are so much stronger than the grave.
Now, he did let me know via an email that while the clip we just heard was a live acoustic version, the album will be with a full band and a much bigger sound. His campaign goal is $7,200. He has already exceeded that by more than $1,000, and he still has more than a week left in his campaign. This campaign closes Saturday, August 27th. For about $8 US, you get a download version of the album early. For about $15 US, you get the early download, plus you get 2 copies of the CD, one for you and one to pass along. And then there are more rewards, including a limited run print of the album artwork, getting your name in the album credits, and an original song written for you. So be sure to check it out. Next up are Random Hero, a hard rock band out of Denver, Colorado, with a PledgeMusic campaign for 2 EPs. The first will be titled The Gift and the Curse. The second will be titled The Light and the Covering. To give you an idea of what they sound like, here's a clip of their song, Not Alone.
Time to go, take back the life you used to know. Don't let the fall drag you down and drown you out. It's not the way that it has to be. Trapped in the lies that keep you screaming. It's not the way that it has to be. You're not a mistake, just keep on breathing. Don't say the end has come. You've only just begun. There's more here. Don't give up. Hold on till the morning comes. Don't let it go. Don't let it go. Fight back, 'cause you're not alone.
The PledgeMusic pre-order for the new EPs closes September 4th. There are tons of packages available. For $9.95, you get what PledgeMusic calls the Access Pass, which are the download versions of both EPs and access to all the behind-the-scenes updates. And that Access Pass will be included with all of the additional bundles. For $10 each, you can get CD versions of the EPs. For $30, you can get both of those CDs signed. For $30, you can get both EPs on 180-gram white vinyl, or for $40, those can be signed. And then there are tons of other bundles, including handwritten lyric sheets, t-shirts, guitar picks, drumsticks, wristbands, hats, names in the liner notes, disposable camera, VIP concert pass, a house concert, and even the opportunity to buy some of their instruments that they use for this album and for this tour. So if you like Random Hero, be sure to check it out. Next up are Timothy and Emily Carpenter, aka Edward plus Jane, with a Kickstarter campaign for a new 5-song EP of indie folk rock to be titled As Family We Gather. Now, they met and began playing music together in high school with their church worship team in Cincinnati, Ohio. Then they moved to Chattanooga to attend Lee University, and they began writing songs and going by their middle names, Edward and Jane. By their sophomore year, they'd added their friend Spencer Smith to the band, and they recorded their first debut EP, Grow, which is available for purchase on Bandcamp. In the 2 years since then, they've gotten married, done 3 tours, and played over 100 shows. Oh yeah, and moved back to Cincinnati. Here's a live clip of their song Wildflowers, just to give you an idea of what they sound like. Now, the campaign goal is $6,500, and they're already over 40% there, with almost 3 weeks left. This campaign closes the morning of Wednesday, September 7th. For $10, you get a digital copy of the EP before its release date. For $15, you get the physical CD, and then there were more options available, like t-shirts and lyric sheets, and even doing a cover song or a Skype concert. So be sure to check that out. Next up, what do you get when you combine Leonore, Scott, and Andy from Five Iron Frenzy with Matt from 11D7 and Jelly Rocks? You get the Fast Feeling, an alternative electronic pop rock band with an IndieGoGo campaign for a full-length debut album. Now here is a clip of their song Break, just to give you a flavor for what they sound like. It's a great, catchy track. Their campaign goal is $8,600, and they're about 20% there so far, with 2 months still to go. $10 gets you a digital copy of the album, $16 plus shipping gets you the download and the CD, and then there are other perks including t-shirt, poster, button, sweatshirt, custom mixtape, dinner with the Denver folks, or visit the studio and contribute to the album. And that track that we just heard, you can get that over at Bandcamp for Name Your Price, so be sure to check that out. And on a more serious note, Tom Gulotta, the proprietor of Stunt Records, who's been putting out Daniel Amos's music for a very long time, has just learned that he has a brain tumor, and a GoFundMe page has been set up to help offset the sudden medical expenses associated with this. So if you would, please consider if you might be able to help out. The link for this will be in the show notes. And I have an update for you about last week's episode. Almost immediately after the video hit YouTube, like within an hour or two, their Content ID system flagged it and blocked the video worldwide on behalf of Universal Music Group, on behalf of Capital Christian Music Group, because of 2 clips of David Crowder. Now, I could have simply removed the audio from that show, but then it would have just been crazy silly watching, and especially for the audio version, just having that dead silence. But instead, I'm slowly working my way through the maze of voicemails and faxes, trying to eventually find someone to talk to so I can explain fair use and see if they'll acknowledge my defense when I challenge their block. Otherwise, I potentially risk YouTube strikes, which is no fun. If you normally watch on YouTube, head over to the crowdfundingchristianmusic.com website instead to listen to last week's episode. It's lots of great stuff that you do not want to miss. So don't let it slip too long. Meanwhile, I am still trying to chase down somebody to coordinate releasing that. Speaking of great stuff you don't want to miss, coming up in the next couple weeks will be campaigns for Ross King, Sleeping Policeman, My Soul Among Lions, Branches, Tourniquet, and Common Courier. So a lot of stuff. Now that's it for the campaigns and updates this episode, but if you back any of the campaigns, or if you just want to help them spread the word, be sure to let folks know about these campaigns before they close. And you can head over to the website crowdfundingchristianmusic.com and click on the subscribe button, and that will help you find out where to subscribe for video or audio. And if you've been with the podcast for a while, thank you. For you, I have a different link. If you click on What Can I Do?, it'll give you information on how to leave an iTunes rating and review. If you feel like doing that, that'd be swell. If you want to ask me a question, or send me feedback, or tell me about a campaign, head over to the Facebook page for the podcast, like it and message me, or follow at the other CCM on Twitter, shoot me a tweet, or you can email me, feedback@crowdfundingchristianmusic.com. If you like the theme song at the beginning of the show, it's Hypostatic Union by the X Structure out of South Africa. All of their music is Name Your Price over at Bandcamp right now too, so be sure to check them out. I am Garrett Godfrey, and I want you to keep coming back. There's almost always a new episode every week, and there are lots more campaigns to cover. In fact, if you want a sneak peek, head over to the website and check out the new page, Coming Soon. Until next time, remember, great music doesn't just happen. Get involved. See ya.